Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So hopefully you guys had a good day and you got some crafting done. I didn't really get any crafting done. I did prepare the Facebook Live for tonight, and it's very cute. But other than that, I didn't get very much done. It was a long, exhausting day, and tomorrow is going to be a long and exhausting day as well. But I only have 3 days of it, so I will get through it. And then card classes on Saturday. So, yeah, we'll be doing a lot of prep and cleaning and tidying up. And because we had such an amazing storm that rolled through Sunday and Monday, my craft room is pretty muddy. The floor, that is, not the tables or anything. The dogs tracked in a lot of mud, so I will be doing some mopping. I don't want to, but I have to. So you guys will have a freshly mopped studio. I do sweep it every single time I do a class, but I don't mop it every single time. But you guys will have a nice, clean craft room for Saturday for our craft class. So if you got some crafting done, let me know. If you didn't, well, you're in the perfect spot because we're going to do a little bit of crafting together. Good evening, Heather. Welcome. Going to go ahead and point you over after I plug it in. I unplugged it to type all of my stuff and forgot to plug it in, but hopefully it will connect in a second. And there we are. Okay, let's point you over. Oops, I have all of my evidence in the corner of what we're going to be making. So tonight's card is very duplicatable and it is very cute. So I thought I would bring in the Layered Thoughts stamp set. This is a standalone stamp set. It doesn't have any dies or anything, but I love all of the sentiments that are in here and I like how big and bold they are. So you have happy birthday and you can do to you, thinking of you, love you, to you. So there's lots of different combinations that you can do with this stamp set, and it is in the annual catalog. And then I decided to pair it with the textured note dies. I wanted to make sure that that was the right name of it. I am missing one of the dies, not technically missing. It is somewhere on my craft room table. I will find it once I finish tidying up. Actually, once I start tidying up, who am I kidding? But I decided to bring in this die. So it is the fourth one from the center. So this is the die that I use to create all of our cards. And the inks. So we have lots of colors of inks that we are using. So I have Flirty Flamingo, Balmy Blue, Strawberry Slush, Poppy Parade. Oops, I have two strawberry slushes. And Petal Pink. So I guess those are the 5 colors that I have picked for tonight's card. And let's show you the card. So I created one, and then I was like, you know what? I should probably see if I did it the opposite direction, how it would look. So this is the card we're going to be doing tonight, and I used the Turtly Awesome Designer Series paper. I actually left the pack on the table, but that's the Designer Series paper that I used with this one. I loved the polka dots. So you can see I did this one in Poppy Parade. So I looked on the back of the Designer Series pack and I got all of the colors that were in the pack. And that's how I decided what colors I was going to do with what card. So this is the first one. And then I decided to flip it. So the 1¼ inch is up top and the larger piece is at the bottom. And I think they both turned out cute. I really don't think there's a right or a wrong way to do it. So we might just do a couple of both. But these are so duplicatable. And I will tell you, I used all scraps. This was one of the cards that I was thinking about doing for card class on Saturday. We're making one similar to it, just with different Designer Series paper. But I didn't have enough of the polka dot. I had just enough to do the Facebook Live, but I used all scraps. So this is another good way to use up a lot of your scrap pieces. So let's get started. So you have a piece of our thick basic whites, and this measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So we can just take this, fold it in half, and give this a good crease. And then we can set that aside. So I have two pieces of cardstock, and this piece measures 2.25 by 5, and this piece is 1.25 by 5. I do have a piece of the same coordinating cardstock, but this is what I use to die cut out of the textured notes. And then our designer series paper is always 1/4 inch smaller on both sides. So this piece is 2 inches by 4 3/4, and this piece is 1 inch by 4 3/4. So with this designer series paper, I wasn't able to flip it over because the opposite side had card front sizes on it. So we have to use the polka dot, but I actually prefer the polka dot. I think it is absolutely adorable. And then last but not least is a piece of our basic white, and this measures 2 inches by 3.5. And I just measured it just so it would fit right inside and you could still see the textured note stitching on the edge. So super easy card. And why I brought in all of those inks is we have lots of colors to put together. So we'll see what we can get through tonight, and I will finish the rest tomorrow. This one is Strawberry Slush. So technically, Strawberry Slush isn't in the color family that is on the back of the designer series paper, and neither is Poppy Parade, which is so strange because I really do think this is Poppy Parade. And as much as I don't think this is Strawberry Slush, but I think it works perfect. So that's why we're doing it. Hopefully that all makes sense. Good evening, Stephanie. Welcome. So I am just going to glue these layers together. This is definitely a card that you could mass produce. And if you have the stamp set, the Layered Thoughts stamp set, you could do your birthday cards this way. You could do thinking of you, thank you, love you. So you could really get a lot of cards done at one time doing this technique and using that stamp set. So I just layered those two pieces together. I'm going to bring in my card base, and I literally just eyeballed this. I did not do anything special to make sure it was even or straight. Well, straight you can kind of tell. I obviously it up and made sure it looked good before I glued these down. So this is going to get glued down to the bottom. This one is going to get glued up top. There we go. We'll let that dry, and then we will do a little bit of stamping on here. I don't know why this is fuzzy. Let's see if that, there we go. I don't know why it does that sometimes. And I sometimes don't even catch it. So I'm going to ink up the Strawberry Slush. And this is a tight squeeze to get this on here. If you're going to use some of the other sentiment, you might have to make your basic white piece a little bit longer or taller and use a different die for the backing. So depending on which sentiment you use, just know that you might have to do that. So this, I'm going to go ahead and glue down. we go. And then we can bring our card base back in. And I like to give this a hot second to dry, just so when I flip it over, it doesn't shift on me, because liquid glue does take you have a second of a wiggle room. So I'm going to put 5 dimensionals on and then peel the backing off. That doesn't look very straight. Let's try that again. There we go. Let's bring in a couple rhinestones. And I'm just going to put 2 of them on to go right at the edges. There we go. That is how easy this card is to put together. So we have the blue. Let's see, this one is petal pink. Let's see what petal pink looks like. Petal pink is one of the colors in the Designer Series paper. So there's petal pink, balmy blue, the new Darling Duckling. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. This says it is not Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, but I really think it's Poppy Parade. I don't think it's Cherry Cobbler. But I think you could use Cherry Cobbler with it if you wanted to. So very simple stamping. We'll glue this together, and then we'll glue all of our other pieces together. There we go. And all of these measurements I did were the same. So you guys will have to tell me which one you like better. I think the Flirty Flamingo is going to be really pretty too, but the Strawberry Slush is gorgeous. And I really, really love the Poppy Parade. I think I just love them all. It's nice where you don't have to do a lot when you are crazy busy. Like today wasn't super crazy busy. It was a little crazy busy. Just had a doctor's appointment, and then I worked, and Antonio's out of town, so Lucas is spending the night to help Cassie out. So Lucas is in the house with Bo. So it's just been a little nutty, but I didn't get as much time outside as I wanted to. So there we go. I glue this down to the bottom. This one's going to go to the top. And voila, we have another card almost done. There's there. I'm going to have to cut the edges of these anyways because I don't have enough on the sheets. Oh, I have another pack beside me. We'll just grab another pack for now. Oh, I think those are the paper pumpkin ones that are a little bit thicker, so we're going to have to cut these. Have you guys ever noticed that the paper pumpkin dimensionals are a smidgen thicker? I don't mind, but I need to use them all on the card and not half and half because it could be a little wobbly. Let's see if it, that actually doesn't look super tragic either. So you could really do these any direction. Oops. We'll do the next one where this 1 1/4 inch piece is up top. So there's pretty petal pink, strawberry slush, balmy blue, and that one is Poppy Parade. So let's do the Flirty Flamingo. See, these cards go together really quickly. And you can get a lot if you're using like one pack of designer series paper. But if you're like me and you're just using scraps, I think I was able to do 8 of these cards just out of my scrap pieces, which is pretty spectacular, I think. It's 8 more cards that I have ready to send out. And if you notice, this is one of the sets that I used on those bags that I did for the vacation videos. So this is the same stamp set. Not on all 3 bags, it was just on that first larger bag. Okay, once I glue this together, I'll bring them all in and you guys tell me which one is your favorite. And if you love it, that is even a plus because we are going to make something similar to this on card glass. There we go. So we're going to put the small one up top, the large one at the bottom. Just kind of eyeball it to make sure it looks like it is evenly spaced. And then we'll glue it together. So we officially had to turn the air conditioner on in the house and the craft room. I would have turned it on anyways for card class on Saturday, but I couldn't even stand it out here being by myself, prepping for a class. It's a very sad day. We usually can get by till about the 3rd week in June, just with our swamp cooler. But because of all of the rain we've had the last couple days, and the humidity, nothing compared to Florida's humidity. Do not get me wrong, it is nothing compared to that. But it is rough for us. Okay, last one to go in the center. But we shouldn't complain because so many people have had to turn theirs on months ago. So on this one, I kind of felt like it needed a little something right down here at the bottom. So I decided instead of putting the gems up top that I put the rhinestones down here. I just felt it was a little naked down here. We don't like anything to sag and we don't like anything naked. So there we go. So I think it just helped kind of fill in that little space if you flip them. So there we go. This one is Flirty Flamingo. That one is Poppy Parade, Balmy Blue, Petal Pink, and Strawberry Slush. So there you go. Super quick and easy and fun cards for you guys to do. And you can definitely do these at retreat as well because I will have my stamp set. So if you have something else in mind to use for your retreat money, I will have this set available as well. Okay, I sent out an email. I have 6 spots left for the summer retreat. So if you are interested, definitely RSVP sooner than later because I probably will fill up pretty soon. Let's see. Online exclusives, the new ones that are coming out in July, we got to start pre-ordering them today. So I didn't get my order until later this afternoon. So hopefully I should have it early-ish next week. The retreat bags arrived today. They are absolutely gorgeous. So happy with the design that I picked. So I cannot wait to show you. And I have been so good. I have not sent little sneak peeks to anybody. I know it's killing me, but I have not. Make and takes, one set of the make and takes are almost done. And I really think you guys are going to do some cartwheels when you see the make and takes. I am quite impressed with them. It was a lot of work, but I'm very impressed with them. And I think you guys will love them. So you definitely don't want to miss the summer retreat. Any of my retreats are fun, but this one is a hotel in Scottsdale. We're away from everything. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will be live again Thursday at 7, but if you need anything in the meantime, feel free to send me a message or shoot me an email. Thanks. We will chat with you soon. Bye-bye.